We spoke about sort of the detailed process, visa process. We spoke about financial process and sort of like, okay, managing money, getting paid once a month. We sort of like hit on like, look, like you can come out here and make this work from a financial perspective while also avoiding pitfalls. So there has to be a balance of living your life and being financially literate.
Yep.
Now let's talk about the emotional aspect, right? I think that's something that's now in modern times, especially with the millennials, sort of like the aspect that's just as important, right?
It is.
Right.
It
So
is.
emotionally, when you first got out here, we spoke, you're here by yourself.
Yeah.
Were there times where you felt like, wow, did I make the right decision? I miss home. I just want to get out of here. Did you ever have those thoughts in your
Man,
mind?
when I tell you it was an emotional roller coaster, I probably didn't feel comfortable like this was my home until a year in.
A year in.
A year in. And I went through the peaks and valleys of, oh, it's a great decision why I moved here. When you think, and I think you learn quickly, like living abroad, that money isn't everything. It's great, it helps, but it's not everything.
Not
and that
everything.
doesn't define happiness.
No, it doesn't define happiness, man.
So having family, friends, and out here, your friends become your family and all that. And having cool people that you can relate to, that it's not like, hey, let's just go party or anything like that. It's like having people that you can actually talk to and, do the good and the bad. That's key.
Now let me hit on that. So again, being an expat is not a vacation. You're coming here for a job. That's the reason why you're here. You're here to work.
Yeah.
Right. So that's first and foremost, and it's not a vacation. I think a lot of people get confused on IG, people living other ways. That's just one small piece of what it's like on the day-to-day grind of being an expat, especially in the UAE, because they do work you hard here.
Yeah.
Right. They do work you hard here. And do you think that what you just described, having to reacclimate yourself to a new environment of friends, a new environment, new atmosphere, that's probably the reason why people don't make the move to become an expat, right? That's probably
because then you got to start all over again, like making friends.
Exactly. You're 30 years in of making the same friends. You don't want to start making new friends, right? Like, so I think that risk of that fear of having to start somewhere new job. The new job is fine if it's in the same place, right? But like new friends, new routine. Right. I have to start new routines just going from Abu Dhabi to Dubai. Right. But because I'm so used to doing that, it's not a deterrent to me anymore. Right. So do you think that, at least from your experiences, from what you spoke about with other people back home, do you think that's part of the reason why people don't move other places? Because they're like, I don't really want to be around new people. I don't want to go through the process of making new friends.
Exactly. And it is a challenging process. And even just the way I think, and even
you're not going to gel with everybody.
Huh?
You're not going to gel with everybody.
You're not going to gel with everybody. You're going to be disappointed in certain people and all that,
There's a lot of flakers out here.
A lot of fakers out here.
And I think and let me stop you right there. Tell me not. Being from New York, we're probably the most committed people to plans that I've ever met on this planet. And I can say that because I've lived in different places, and I'm sorry, but people from other places be flaking. Like, it's a thing where they're like, yeah, sure, well, let's link at Saturday. And you waiting all day Saturday. At least back in the city, like, yo, we linking on Saturday.
And that's it. You don't even got to talk about it.
We don't got to talk anymore. Like, yo, we still up. Let's go. We up, right? Like, here's like, you got to follow up 3-4 times. So it's a whole thing with people from outside. Look, I'm not from anywhere.
That's when I know we'll click. Because it's like, either you're going to do it or you're not.
Exactly.
And if you're not going to, yo, Mike, I'm not.
I'm not doing it.
All right, that's it. That's it.
Yo,
There's no hard feelings.
Mike invites me all the time. Yo, let's do that. Nah, I'm good. I invite Mike. Nah, I'm good. What's wrong with saying, nah, I'm good?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. It's like people don't want to tell me, I'm from New York. You're not going to be able to hurt me with that. Like, I'm good. Like, but anyway, sorry. So you were saying, is moving here and making new friends some of the deterrents that you've heard from your friends or your family? That
definitely. Like, how do you find friends, or people not really realizing how diverse this place is, where it is kind of international city. You're gonna meet people from everywhere here, different walks of life. And I think this just challenges you to grow more. So being able to, all right, hey, how you doing? My name is Michael, this and that. Like, I started now, like not now, but when I first got here, going to different classes, like workout classes, trying to find out, I love basketball, so trying to find out the open runs and things like that, and just meeting people like that on the court. And also, switching my mentality as well to, like, you can have female friends, and you need female friends out here, and just being cool with that.
And being cool with that. No, it's true. I think, and also because they come from other places. I think when I became an expat and I lived in, not more so in London, more so when I got here, because in London, I I had the great fortune of having people from the US that were already in London. So I was kind of in this bubble of being an American, around American friends. So I never really had to make a lot of British friends or German friends or people from other different cultures. I think when I got here to the UAE, you realize that, wow, people have very different perspectives.
They do.
Right? They have very different perspectives, especially from people from America, from people from even Britain, or from people from Australia. It's just sort of like, wow, you sort of like start realizing, hey, like, it's okay to have different perspectives and be okay with different perspectives and be tolerant to the other people's beliefs, and you can agree to disagree respectfully.
Exactly.
Right. And I think that when you're back in the US or back in New York, at least for me, you sort of tend to get into this group thing because everybody kind of similar to you, right? Nobody's really challenging the way you view things. No one's really giving you a different perspective. Now, I'm not saying everyone's like that, but generally speaking, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it's tough to be on your own and tough to be outside your comfort zone, right? Away from your family and your friends. And I think that's the main reason why people don't move from wherever they're from, right? Because it's sort of, like you said, money's not everything.